was thinking about how everything is random, and my brain doesn't like that, you know, because whatever you do is whatever you do. You can do it, you can do it, you can not do it, and really, in reality, it's not going to matter. It's only going to matter to the extent of how much you make it matter in your brain. Well, you do know you should be doing something. You do know you should be going a certain way. You don't understand sometimes what it is. Maybe you try too hard to do something, or you feel bad because you relaxed when you felt like you should have been working, or you start working on something and you push yourself too hard on it, or maybe you work hard on something but you fucked up something along the way, so now you gotta restart. My mind's in a weird state today. I don't know. I mean, it always fucking is, but like, I think it is a lot of the time. I think I'm at a point where I can just let go and move on, but my anxiety is so desperately looking for something to cling back onto. Because really, if I examine everything that's happened today so far, nothing matters. Whatever step I think I'm missing doesn't exist, but it feels so real in my brain. Like, seriously, I'm trying to think about it right now, and I could not fucking... And I do this all the time, but it's like I'm afraid to let go because I'm afraid to let go. It's so weird. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm scared to be free. I'm scared I'm going to lose a part of myself along the way if I let go. If I let go, that's it. End of story. There's no going back. I guess that's the thing. Right? It's like in all of this, I'm scared that there's a part of myself that needs to be held on to in that. Like, I'm gonna lose what makes me me if I just move on and let go of all the bad stuff, right? Like, for some reason that stuff needs to stay in order for me to be me, or for me to, it's me holding on to something that's already existed. It's not unknown, right? Even though it's anxiety and it's like fear of the unknown, I guess. Holding on to the constant feeling of it is the known thing, is that feeling. Ironically, letting go would cause more anxiety in a sense. Not in the same way, but in a sense, because now things are unknown. So it's keeping me tied to something that's known, right? That I know. So, I mean, I guess saying it out loud makes more sense now. I mean, that's obvious, but like, yeah. I don't know, it's a struggle. Every single day, I gotta deal with this bullshit on my brain doing this. And you know what? Yeah. The days that are the most anxious, that are the most anxiety-inducing, are the days when there's really no reason to be. Because the second there's something real in front of me to be anxious about, all of a sudden I'm like fight or flight mode, and I know what to do, and I can handle it perfectly. I work so well under the real anxieties. Well, I guess, I don't know if you would call it anxiety, but real stress from outside sources, stresses that aren't self-induced, stresses that it's like, like human beings are supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, something attacks you. I mean, not literally like a thing, but like, or an animal or something like that, but kind of like what am I trying to say? Just something in your life, some task, something to overcome that you didn't create, that was like thrown at you by some other factor in life. And that's kind of the way we've evolved, except a lot of times in a more literal sense with like fucking, other humans. It's like it's being attacked by other humans or lions or bears or some shit. But like, yeah, so it's not always going to be literal like that, but it is a part. It's because of our evolution that when that real thing happens, it's like, I'm not going to say it's not literally fight or flight mode. If like, obviously you have a task you need to get done at work, like that's not fight or flight related at all. But I think I got across what I was saying, kind of. Yeah, just I don't know. It's like once something. I mean, there are self-induced stresses that are good. Like when I go to work out, that is putting your body through something rough, but you get something out of it, and that's like I guess that also kind of goes to the evolution thing about back when we needed to be more active all the time. I mean, we need to be active now. It's just our lives aren't like that a lot, so it's so much easier to get lazy and fat and stuff. But so yeah, that's in our evolution too. But anyway, yeah, I do realize that when I get super anxious, when I'm having the most miserable days, it's because there's not really any real tension created by outside sources, right? I have none of that, and I'm not saying it's like, oh, I'm gonna be miserable just if it's a good day. I wouldn't say that, because a lot of times these days are days like this. It's called gloomy out. So when I have no tension going on, nothing to fight against, nothing to work towards, and then I don't even have like the sun to make me more happy or just in a better mood. When I don't have that either, it's like, classic depression, especially seasonal depression. I'm definitely a victim of that. It's depression is kind of like, that just that nothing. I wouldn't say it's a nothing feeling, but it's like, it's not necessarily sadness, and it's, I want to say it's like a feeling a lack of purpose, though it could be that, but like it's just kind of like this, I wouldn't even say it's numbness. Anyone who has been through depression knows what the fuck I'm talking about, but like, so yeah, it's like there's that too. Obviously the struggle with depression. If I'm not anxious, I'm depressed. So I mean, it's not a literal things are going good, now it's time for me to make up scenarios. That can happen, but most of the time it's because it's just a whole lot of nothing happening. Not there's nothing bad's happening is making me feel like this. I mean there are moments where I fight with myself on good days, definitely. And you know what? Those are actually the most miserable, because I get to a point where I'm supposed to feel better, but through past experiences, I've been taught that like something bad's going to happen. But instead of just letting things happen and dealing with them as they come, I want to like jumpstart the process in my brain for some reason. Hell, it might even be a reason I already just said. So yeah, I do realize that. I'm just saying it out loud now, like I always know it, but actually saying it is helping confirm it instead of just keeping it all. Because when I just keep it in my head without any outlet, it's a cycle. It just keeps coming back. It's just around and 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 around we go. And it's like, it's the struggle of like knowing that there has to be an outlet every single day. There has to be a moment where I talk about something. There has to be a moment where there has to be a workout days. There has to be like sometimes I just need to scream, so I need to play my guitar, something. There has to be something every day. And I guess that's kind of daunting too. It's because I know that the only way I'm going to be okay is if I constantly am doing, not constantly doing something, but like having some sort of outlet all the time. I mean, playing video games can help, absolutely, but only to a degree, right? Because there's a big difference between the good feeling the good feeling I feel when I play a video game versus the good feeling that I feel when I go for a walk, right? When I play a video game, there's an outlet there, there's something to do, there's some fun to be had, but you're still inside, right? There's a big difference between inside fun and outside fun, right? I think we all know this, and this is why at least parents of my parents' generation would so like try to force you to go outside if you spend too much time inside. There's legitness to why they do that, and like I totally get it as an adult. I don't know if current generations are doing that. I feel like they're just giving them iPads and shit, which is so harmful in so many ways. Like, it's, yeah, I don't need to get into that. That's not my issue. That's other, yeah. I'm talking about me. It's about me. Yeah, I let stuff build up definitely too much because like the feeling of the feeling of having a really good outlet feels so good that it's actually really overwhelming, and I shut down and I want to go back. I don't want to, but it's like I've been conditioned to go back to a place where I'm not letting it out as much, right? And it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's really that whole do it even when I don't feel like doing it type thing. Because there's probably going to be more days I don't feel like doing it than doing it. And what I mean by it, I just mean any sort of outlet. You know, making these videos, just talking in general, hell, even talking out loud to myself, writing in a journal, like I said, screaming, singing, playing my guitar, playing video games. Like I said, it's a different kind of outlet, but it still is one. Not even just playing my guitar and making my own music, obviously, because that's a different outlet versus, say, I just listen to music and really actively listen to it, like crank it up and just start headbanging or something like that. Or maybe, you know, some more chill stuff, assuming I'm not hopped up on caffeine. That's a whole issue. I've been having struggles with that. That's very harmful to my anxiety. In fact, right now it's like it's kind of giving me like a sick feeling. Like my nose is kind of like, it's a little difficult for me to breathe through my nose right now. I don't know if that's coming across. I mean, it's not that difficult, obviously. I've been able to close my mouth. I'm not mouth breathing, but it's like, it's not as deep as I feel like it should be. There's a lot. Like if I tried to sing right now, I'd probably run out of air quicker. And I don't want that, because that happens a lot if I drink too much caffeine, and I've been having struggles with caffeine lately, and I need to stop that. And then there's alcohol too, and I don't need to get into all that right now, but those substances are making it difficult for me to do those things. It's making me, with my workouts, I'm still getting stronger, but it can sometimes, the drinking alcohol or caffeine or whatever can, I mean, I'm not doing it as I'm working out, but like in general can be a detriment to endurance and stuff like that. So endurance when working out, endurance when singing, even endurance when speaking. Yeah. So if I want to be able to do those things I really want to do and not either try to numb it with alcohol or try to excite the depression with the caffeine, which makes me anxious, which makes me drink the alcohol, instead of doing that, if I want to be able to do the things that are actually not only feel good but are good for me, I have to cut out those little quick fixes, which are never fixes, that make everything worse. But I need to cut that stuff out. That's obvious, but like maybe the caffeine's not as obvious as it should be, because that is so common and accepted, right? Alcohol, it's legal, and I guess I guess it definitely is more socially accepted than any other drug, but it's that one's taken more seriously when someone has an issue with it. People don't take a caffeine addiction seriously, but it's serious with me. It affects, like I said, it already affects like endurance and stuff like that, because it's like I get way too high and then way too low. But also it like it affects my mood, right? Like I said, anxiety already, but it also makes me irritable. It makes me meaner. It makes me, when I'm playing those games trying to get that outlet, sometimes it doesn't work so well because maybe I am hopped up on caffeine and I'm playing this game and I'm sitting there and it's building up. So if I have a moment in a game that's pissing me off, it pisses me off, and I'll probably break a controller or the fucking TV as a result. I've never done that, but like, yeah. So it's not good, but yeah, consistency, and I know I need to keep consistency, and I think I'm doing a better job now than I have in the past, so I guess I could say that at least, you know, because I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I'm going to soon here. And I think the last time I posted a video, actually, was a few days ago, but last time I filmed was, I want to say, a week ago. No, I think it was more than a week ago. I don't remember. What I've been, I don't know, just consistency in general is what I want to focus on. But so I have been doing better at that. I have been doing better with consistency. Still not great, and like I said, I still revert backwards every now and then. You know, backsliding, I think is the term. This was supposed to be a whole different video. I was supposed to be ranting about something else entirely, something more fun, but whatever. Here we are, trying to find that one missing thing that doesn't exist, right? Whenever I accomplish something, whenever I do something new, I'm like, well, that was great, but where did I fuck up? And I could have not fucked up. In fact, I'm pretty confident most of the time I don't fuck up, but I'm still fixated on that, and then I ruin the good thing that I just did for myself in my brain because I'm just so fixated on the way I probably fucked it up. Like I said, it's not true. In fact, most likely I didn't, but in my brain, it's like most likely I did. Right? It's you should trust your gut and not your fucking head so much. As smart as you can be, we're still animals, right? The greatest strength and also the greatest weakness of human beings is how powerful our brains are. We've become so smart that we're stupid. And you can see that with the state of the world, especially with politics, you know. And I don't think I'm the first person that's ever said this, but yeah, no, I've thought that for a while. We've become so smart that we've become stupid. Right? Yeah. I'm not saying like just straight up go and return to monkey, but definitely simple, but you know, trusting my gut more, trusting our guts more, you know, because it's interesting how much of the time your gut is right. I don't know if it's right 100% of the time, but it's definitely right the majority of the time. Hell, I'd say like fucking like at least 90% of the time, but most likely even more than that, your gut is right, you know. It might even be 100%, honestly, right? It probably is, right? I'm still trying to give myself some leeway so I can sit in my anxiety, but in reality, our guts are probably 100% right, right? It's like I said, our brains just got too powerful that we haven't, not enough people are tapping into that instinct enough, right? Because they're trying to think their way out of things instead of just, you know, I'm not saying feel as an emotion, because that clouds people too, right? Too much emotion into something fucking clouds your judgment too. Emotion and a gut feeling are two different things. And you could possibly, I guess, overthink yourself into a false gut feeling, definitely. That's if you let it sit too long, though. You gotta trust that immediate gut instinct. Alright, it's, you know, you gotta be quick about it. Because you'll start to doubt it if you sit with it too long. It's like, well, maybe maybe it was fucking, I don't know, indigestion or something. Maybe it wasn't a gut feeling. I don't know. You know, and you can't do that. You know. I still don't know if I'd say trust your gut 100% of the time, but definitely a lot more than people generally do, and a lot more than I do. Right? I'm so proud of my powerful brain, and I do have one, but I haven't used it towards anything, you know, valuable, because I'm just using it to be anxious all the fucking time, to doubt myself. Even though I can do incredible things, I just doubt myself about it, because my brain is powerful, but I have this trauma. So my powerful brain is just trying to either feed into that or chip away at that, and then it takes away from the things I could be doing beyond that. And there's also the whole, you know, too much pressure to do outside things like career or family or whatever you want. And I definitely agree that there's too much emphasis put on that. But I think they still are important things to want. They're treated as way more important than they actually are by so many people. It's irritating. It, like, my God, shut the fuck up. But, yeah. It's good to work towards something better that is beyond just you. I don't know if that, I said career, I don't know if that applies to that really, but something beyond yourself, right? You just got to get past the self as much as you can. No one's gonna, you know, I don't think anyone in their entire lifetime, no matter how much therapy they get, resolves everything, right? There's still going to be some of that lingering, especially if you were a child when this shit happened, because that's when that shit sticks with you the most. I mean, hell, that's what we're all doing. That's what we're all working through, is childhood bullshit. Most of the shit that happens to you as an adult, even really fucked up shit, you can just shrug off because you're an adult, right? Especially when that frontal lobe is developed, right? You're just like, okay, that happened, and then you keep going. Right? It's the stuff that happened to you when you were growing up that sticks with you, because kids are sponges, you know. You haven't developed yet. You don't know enough about the world. You don't understand that that thing that's happening to you is not permanent. It's temporary. But you can hear that a million times, but you don't fully comprehend it yet. You're too young to comprehend it, really, because this is all you know right now. You know, there's so many reasons why it sticks with kids more, but that is the good thing, is like, I don't think I've really, I mean, I've had trauma as an adult, and usually it's something that like relates to that childhood shit. But I don't think I've ever had something happen to me as an adult. Actually, I know I haven't had anything happen to me as an adult on its own that's stuck with me the way the stuff happened with me as a kid. And the stuff as a kid wasn't near as serious as some of the shit as an adult. But like I said, as an adult, you're better at just, whoop, that happened, alright. So, yeah, I guess it's just that. Because even if there's something wrong, or not something wrong, but a step I missed along the way of doing the thing that I was doing, or the day, you know, that one moment that maybe I fucked up during the day. One, it's not the end of the world. Two, the chances that it's going to ruin everything is very minimum. And even if it was legit something fucked up, and I'm just talking like messed up, like I skipped a step working or some weird shit. Even if it was something like that, like 99 times out of 10, it's pretty fixable. And it only becomes an issue when you dwell on it. It's actually so easy to get past. What's hard is getting to the point where you feel like you can get past it, I guess. Yeah. Alright, yeah. I'll have to cut it off there. I still don't I still don't haven't figured out a way to do an outro, and this was just kind of me rambling. I don't even know if I have legit like one whole message here. I said a variety of things that I think are important, but I don't think I have like just, you know, that's the thing. I'm putting too much importance on that. I'm like, did I provide some profound statement? It doesn't matter. Plus, I have a million more fucking years to go here and videos to make. So, if I come up with anything profound, it's probably going to be an accident. It's 100% going to be an accident. It's never planned. That's about it. Yep.